There we go. Hold on. Did that work? Yes! Fixed it! It's fine. It's fine. Alright, here we go. It's my first time streaming on a PS5. Different. Hello. We're all good. Lovely, lovely stuff. Alright, X2. My previous home ground last season. I recognise a few names, recognise some new faces. Good to see both from old and new. As we start the first round here in the heart of British racing, the Silverstone circuit. 20 driver lobby, which we all love to see. As who do we have actually? The game is so back. The game is back. I've brought the game back. Dark is it dark for you guys? Oh wait, no, I will be soon. Don't you worry. I will be. How have I already got a two? Or have I already got an ad? Come on, guys. Yeah, it does look. It's not. It's not overcast. I don't. I mean, it's relatively bright for me. Typical Rolly ad, yeah, totally. As we're going to start a lap with Corey, I'll get all the telemetry up. As round turn 1 we go, easy flat round here. Flat round turn 2, harsh braking into turn 3. No lock up there from the Haas driver. It's looking pretty good. I'm not sure if I saw a wobble there. As round the final turn of sector 1, I do not have the lap data enabled. That's kind of essential in qualifying. As for the first sector, it's a 28.084 for Corey. No clue if that's good or not. Haven't raced this track in this game yet. I've only had this game for just over 24 hours. Since I've been away for quite some time. So that's why I'm not going to be as fast. And I'm also doing no line as well. But enough of my business. Back to the racing at hand. We have Corey still on his lap, coming through Maggots and Beckett now. Fast left, fast right. Want to keep it within the track limit. Don't want to go too wide. There's Leo sets the first lap time for 1:26.397. As Corey's going to get a nice slipstream from the McLaren of, I think that is Hamilton. Just about to start his lap as Nelu beats Leo's time. His teammate going 2.5 tenths quicker with 1:26.139. We still have a couple more drivers crossing the line, as Corey will be the next one to cross the line, but it has a little wobble coming out of the Vale chicane, but it's only a 1:28.274 for Corey. That's not good enough. He's going to need to go again, because that lap will send him right out the back. But we're going to turn our attention now to another front runner. That is, oh dear, I do not know how to say his name. The Romanian driver in the Red Bull car, as it looks a bit on edge coming out of Chapel. Oh, I'm pretty sure that's Chapel. Out of Chapel corner. What's going to need to have a better corner through start, and that looks much better than the previous corner at hand. And going to the final chicane now with the Red Bull driver. Will he be able to be the first driver to stick it into the 25s? It's a 1:26.573. Oh, he can do better than that. Surely he can do better than that. Who else do we have? Who is coming up to the line? Oh, we have Bran on a lap in the Williams. We have Bran on a Romanian. Oh, is it? Yeah, I'm not sure if... Oh no, isn't Nelly Romanian? I think he is. Yeah, I know Leo and... Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to butcher his name. It's not going to be a Romanian 1-2-3 for long, as Brand puts it 5 thousandths of a second above Leo in the Ferrari. As who do we have coming up to? We have a Mercedes. Oh, it's out of JB. Yes, but he's won in the pit lane. How boring. Oh, but we do have a racing ball of Noah Bailey. This is a new face, I'm pretty sure. Haven't seen him around the league, but he's used up all his deployment. You're not going to be wanting to do that when coming up to the line. It's a 1:27.001 for Noah Bailey. Well, if he manages to conserve his ERS a bit more, I'm sure he can eke out a few more tenths on that lap in the final sector. As Knight goes to provisional pole and kicks out of a 126.1. What can Hamilton do about that? It's only 14th. For the McLaren, we have, oh, never mind. I was about to run on board with Walker, but he's just put his lap in. A respectable P9, just ahead of Raven West as well. May see a feisty battle between the Aston Martins and the Alpine coming to the race. Who else do we have? Still have a few people. We have Edvin, OJ, Sausage Joe, and JB all in the pit lane right now. As do we have anyone on a second lap? Strikey in fifth is running wide. Is that Rio on a lap? I think Rio is on another lap. Let's ride on board with the X3 champion of Season 8 being promoted to X2 as a result of that. Is he improving in the middle sector? Yes, he is up by 2 tenths. At the moment, that could put him into, provisionally, the top 5 as round Stowe goes. He does not need to bottle this lap right now by running it wide at Stowe, but he keeps plenty of margin within the track limits. Heavy braking into the Vale chicane. You do not want to be jumping and riding those sausage curbs, which he hasn't done. He's executed that beautifully as Rio Harris to the line. It's a 126.399, and that is P5 for the Alpine. That is quite good. That is a quite good lap time from the X3 champion. As it's just both the Alpines on the track at the moment, as Ewalker is going to go for it once more. And we do have a few drivers on outlaps, but we all ride on board for another full lap for Ewalker as he does start his lap. He's the only one out of 20 drivers on track so far on a lap, as no one else started one. I'm just seeing things. As OJ is now started a lap behind him. We'll cut back to OJ once this lap is over. He's slightly above his sector 1 time at the moment is Ewalker. Nice and clean through Luffield. Don't want to cut that corner too tight or that could hinder your exit all the way through Copse and really through Maggot, since that is the first 2 corners are flat through qualifying. Ewalker will present that to us right now. Flat through Maggots right there. Through Beckett. Oh, it's flat as well. I didn't know that. But down into 5th gear, and he has invalidated it through Beckett, and that's a bit unfortunate for Ewalker there. Oh, he was 2 tenths down at the end. He had to really go for it through the middle sector in order to improve, and he just pushed a bit too much there. But as I said, we will now ride on board with Epic OJ in the Red Bull. How will he fare in the middle sectors? 102.803. I think it would be quite handy if he got a team slipstream from his teammate, but he doesn't at the end of the day. We might see that happen vice versa when the other Red Bull driver is on a lap. As round the final corner with OJ, well, he put his car compared to the rest of the grid. It's P3. That came out of nowhere. OJ was in like X3 or X4 last season. He's cooking. Oh, but you know who else is cooking? V10_Leo27 snatching provisional pole from the Aston Martin. Nelu now starts his lap. Is Brown on that? Brown is also just starting his lap. We'll go on board with Gone to the Moon, currently in 9th place with that 126.6. Well, it is quite close between 4th and 9th, only being separated by 2.5 tenths. So if Gone to the Moon can get that 2.5 tenths back, he'll be gone to P5 on the grid, but we still got loads of other drivers on their second run, so he may be demoted further back if he manages that. 100% jump T. Yeah, towards the top. Yeah, I expected that. We'll jump to the top. Yeah, he is much quicker than that. His pace proved it last season, racing in both X1 and X2. I think that was Sausage Joe. Yes, it was Sausage Joe going P4. As we'll ready going to the moon. He's a 126.404. is right on board with Eon. I don't know how you say it, but he's not improving that much. Will he be able to use it all in the final sector? He goes only P6. High expectations, but he's not really meeting them right now. He's being done by his teammate, and the Ferraris are out there in a whole new world. It's a Ferrari 1-2. This is reminiscent of, I have to go back a bit here, of Season 7, where it was Nelu and Leo, complete dominance from those two. We may see it again in Season 9. As who else is Reese Beasley on starting the lap? Yes, he is. We'll catch up with him later. As we will go to Strikey instead in P11, 2.5 tenths up on his time. The field spread is really minimal here, so this lap from Strikey could see him in the top 3 as long as he keeps his final sector nice and tidy. He does look to be getting a bit close to that sausage cut, but you wouldn't want to get as close as you can as AMS Knight puts in the first 125 time of the session with 125.851, almost 2 tenths quicker than the Ferraris. That came out of nowhere. I thought he already finished his lap. Where'd that come from? As Reesby has invalidated his lap time. And we're now seeing a bunch of drivers hop on into the pit lane, but the Max Bean is on a lap, a 10.5 up on the sector 1. And may I say that from 4th to really 11 is separated by 2 tenths of a second. The field spread here really short. This could be quite a competitive midfield this season. As the Max Bean is still on, you have a yellow flag, and that is for Hamilton in 15th place. I think he's just getting out of the way of the Kick Sauber and the RB. But it's just under 3 tenths of an improvement for the Max Bean. We could see himself penetrate into the midfield here with this lap to the final corner with Max Bean. It looks good for the McLaren. Can he go with his time? It's a 3 tenths of improvement, but it's just about not enough to enter that midfield range, really. We're now going to... Max Bean... Right, he is going to have to hurry up with this if he wants to get a final lap in, if that is his priority. There's only just under 4 minutes left of the session. As he is the only one, and Corey currently from last in the standings. The two Haas cars really nowhere at the moment. 127.6 for the both of them, and it's just over a 4 tenths gap stretch to P18. The Haas is really struggling around here. Yeah, we have now seen Rhea Harris going out really early. If he doesn't slow it down a bit on this outlap, he will run into traffic. He's going to run into traffic if he doesn't slow it down here. He's gone way too early. As we're now starting to see a few cars come out of the pit lane. Yeah, Rhea Harris has jumped the gun too early here. He's going to surely run into some traffic. Because if we're seeing 125s, I don't like this from Rio. He's gone way too early. Unless he does 2 call laps. He'll be fine. He has the time to do another one. I mean, there's 2.5 minutes left in the session. As you now, right about now, we're going to see all the cars pile out on the pit lane for their final runs, as the fight for pole position will really heat up in about 2 minutes' time. As Rhea Harris he's used up. Oh yeah, surely. Wait, is he on a lap? He's on a lap. Oh my god, I'm so stupid, man. I thought he was on an out lap. What am I doing? Oh dearie me. Oh dear. Not doing comms for about 2 months gets to you guys. It gets to you. That's a rookie error. That's a rookie error. As everyone's now on outlaps, apart from 3 people. Edwin's Edwin? Yeah, Edwin looks to be on a lap, currently down in 19th place. I mean, it's better than not being right at the back of the grid. But is Edwin improving? It's a 10th and a half, but it's nowhere near what he needs to do to even promote himself one position up the field. And I think it will be the 2 Haas cars solidifying the final 2 rows of this grid as he does run wide at Stowe, and that has messed up his lap. What is that throttle and braking technique? What is that? As OJ has now started a lap, we'll ride on board with OJ for that. You know, we'll run on board with Blazer. He's further ahead. He gets priority. But he's not improving much in the first sector. He's got a lot of battery to spare in that kick Sauber. I don't know why he's not using that much of it right now. As he's going to have loads and loads of battery. As I don't know how long's left of the session due to all the people slowing down at the Vale chicane there. As I assume there's not much time left. As here we go now, Blaze is going to absolutely deploy all that spare energy he has left in that car. He's a 10th and a half down in the middle sector. It doesn't look like Blazer is going to improve it. There is 10 seconds left, so there is still plenty of time. As to the line now with Blazer for the first of 18 drivers had set their laps. Blazer doesn't improve, stays in 12th place. Next across the line we have JB, shortly followed by Epic OJ. JB promotes himself up into 17th, while OJ he invalidated his lap time there, I think. As he's invalidated it at Stowe. I just got that. As he's 2 tenths down, he'll finish the lap, see where he would have got anyways, but it's a disappointing P9. He's much better than that. Who else? We have Bran coming up to the line. Sausage Joe is actually going to cross to the line first. He's used all his deployment. Sausage Joe to the line, goes onto the front row, but what can Bran say about it? He goes onto the front row. But the Ferrari's now approaching. Can Nello snatch provisional pole? He doesn't improve, but what can Leo do? Strikey goes to provisional pole over 125.8. Where has that come from? But Leo going to P3. Rio Harris going again, but he has invalidated his lap. And the final driver to cross the line, AMS Knight is up. He is up. Will he be able to snatch a 125.806 from Strikey? Will be able to go pole position. It's 1,000th of a second. Strikey gets pole by 1,000th of a second. Oh, that's a close call. If that's not a close call, I don't know what it is. But striking from out of nowhere. The Ferrari's looking dominant at the start. 1-2 in the first runs, 2-3 in the second run, and they're qualifying 3rd and 6th. But Strikey with an absolutely tremendous lap to steal pole position. Where has that come from? It's like George Russell in Canada. Where has that come from? Oh, we got a good race on our hands, guys. We got a good race on our hands. Strikey does get pole position by 1,000th of a second from Knight. Well, I think that's the closest it's ever been for my commentary. But we'll go down for the rest of the grid, pretty sure. Or if I remember. And then the one who does all the RLT needs the top 20, so I have to do it. But wow. What a qualifying. Strikey and Knight. A 10th and a half ahead of the rest. 85 pounds less than us. Ooh, you know what? That is close. As it looks a bit overcast. Does look a bit overcast. Wonder if we can see some rain. That'll switch things up a lot. We did have a wet qualifying in X4, but I'm pretty sure that was a dry race. So I'm not sure if this is the first wet race of the season. Well, technically, it could be the first wet race of the season. That was a wet qualifier, not a race. God, I have no water left. Oh, it's warm today. Make sure you drink lots of water. That goes out to everyone. Oh, it's not going to be warm tomorrow. That's great. But we should be able to get 5 lights out very shortly. I don't think EXA goes under the 2-minute wait time. Might do. I thought we would have got running. Oh, here we go. I can hear the ticks. That's new. Gonna get underway any second now. As here we go then for the first round of X2 in Season 9 here in Silverstone. Oh wait, the formation lap begins for Season 9 in X2 in Silverstone. I am so used to commentating without a formation lap. It's second nature to me. Oh my god. Alright. You know, this gives me, yeah, exactly what. Ooh! Ooh! 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 9 drivers on the hards, 11 on the mediums. We've got a very mixed strategy here. Got Strikey, Knight, Brand Sausage Joe, Rio, Reese, Blazer, Raven, JB, Noah, and Corey all on the mediums. While the rest, which is Leo, Nelu, Ewalker, OJ, Tanis, I don't know, whatever. Gone to the Moon, Max Bean, Hamilton, and Edvin all on the hard tyres. So we're going to get ready for 26 laps of racing around the Silverstone circuit. As Strikey's really going slow on this formation lap here. Really taking his time. Some drivers like to go slow, some like to go fast. But the slower you go, the colder the tyres are going to be, and that's pretty much going to be for everyone. And the grid is quite compact here on the formation lap, so I don't think the pole sitter will necessarily be waiting for long. Strikey now slowing it down and coming up to the Vale chicane. We're going to get ready for the 26 laps we have ahead of us. Some drivers here could opt for the 1-stop. Some people may be a bit more aggressive and opt for a 2-stop. I'm not too sure which one's faster, but with the tyre systems in this game, I would say the 2-stop is quicker, as Leo is really sniffing the rear of that V-carb. But it is a good stop for both the Ferrari and V-carb. But Knight there going a bit short, as Rio has disqualified, and so has Gone to the Moon in the Aston Martin. As here we go again for the first race here in Silverstone for X2 for Season 9. It is lights out and away we go. It looks like a good start from Strikey. It is a good start from Strikey as Kick Sauber slots in behind, as Leo not getting a good start on the hards compared to Brand. Drops down to P4 into turn 3 now. No moves from the Kick Sauber behind as it all sliding. A few drivers going wide there. No instance at the moment as Knight has a little wiggle coming out of turn 4. As all I think that's a spin. That's contact between Gone to the Moon and Blazer, both dropping to the back of the grid. So I think Reese had a good start on the mediums there, as Sausage Joe getting ahead of the Alpine. And it's getting very close between those two. Ewalker and Sausage Joe almost making contact on the exit of Luffield. As we can see Leo there trying to warm his tyres up. Yeah, the last light did go out very quickly. Leo still trying to warm his tyres up. You can see him weaving down the national pitch straight. But Strikey Strikey starting from pole, still leads this race. The top two remain the same as Braun getting ahead of Leo. Sausager remaining in P6, but Nelu dropping down to P12. He's had a horrific start. He's behind both McLarens, trying to make a move round the outside of Hamilton. It's not working for him. He's not having a good start at all. As Nelu is really struggling here, down in P15. As Corey going wide there, I think. Yeah, it was him going wide, ghosting for a bit. Yeah, Nelu dropping, I think, almost eight spots there. We'll have a look at the starting check. Yeah, Nelu down 8 positions. Reese B and Hamilton up 4. So is Corey, but all 3 of them getting relatively good starts there. And they'll get to but there's a change for the lead with the DRS. We'll go back to the tyres as Knight snatches the lead from the pole sitter. There's a yellow flag in sector 1. That is Edwin spinning out turn 5. As Knight still leads, as Edwin has retired from the track, left the session, and has rage quit from the session. Medium drop-off is lap 7 for you. Keep an eye on that lap. Alright, I will do. Well, mind you, like I said earlier, I've pretty much had this game for like a day. I've been driving this game for about a day. So I'm not too much informed about everything. I'm just here to commentate because you kind of need someone to. And I said I wouldn't mind anyways. I enjoy this. That's why I do it. But Knight is still leading this race. A striker goes wide through Stowe. That could be a track limit warning coming his way. He does not need to get... Yeah, everyone loves my cons. I mean, who doesn't? Who doesn't? That's too early to pit. Yeah, you could say it's too early to pit, but some people could opt for a 2-stop. But if too many people go for a 1-stop strategy here, they'll have... The 2-stop runners will have to go through some traffic at some point. So let's just say the 2-stop may be quicker on paper. Google Earth guy was chatting awful about you. You mean Kepler's life? Of course he does. We're good friends. We're good friends. It's fine. Of course he will. The Knight still continues to lead, managing to get out of that dirty air from behind Strikey. May want to try and force another move here. You know, we'll get the telemetry up. As Amos now has got a lot of battery in reserve compared to Strikey. There's not many position changes at the moment. I wouldn't really say there would be any. I would say Strikey putting up a good performance right now. Because I remember in season 8 he was really the second driver to Vigo. And now all of a sudden, Strikey is up here at the very top of X2, fighting for the win. I think he likes this game. Does Strikey? Knight still leading this race. 7 tenths is the gap. I think Strikey is starting to struggle a bit on his tyres more than the Fix Sauber, who is leading this race. Not really seeing any moves, but the whole field still within a DRS train, but the hard runners, I think, yeah, Ewalker's struggling here to try and maintain that gap, and so is OJ from his teammate. We may see. Yeah, he is doing very well now, because last season he'd be in the midfield. Sometimes he would be up there with his teammate, but yeah, he's doing much better this season. We could really see him shine. I'd like to see that from someone I raced last season. As yeah, Edie Walker he's really struggling to try and keep up, as he does have the Red Bull all over the back of him. And yeah, he's absolutely deploying all the ERS he can up to Klopp's corner, but up to Nuggets and Beckett, but he's got in within 8 tenths, and I think that will just be enough for him to keep within that DRS. But the DRS train has dropped from 16th back between Corey Blazer, JB, and Gone to the Moon. Speaking of Gone to the Moon, he's gone to get a 3-second time penalty. 4 more full track limit warnings. Yeah, Ewalker. I really think as Hamilton makes a move on Raven West, I really think if Eon doesn't manage to get through or to get past Ewalker very soon. It really could hinder his race. He needs to think carefully here on what he needs to do, because I know he definitely has more pace than this. Every time he rocked up to X2, he put in like the best Max Verstappen 2023 performance in, dominate the race. Oh, but there's a yellow flag. Is that Nelu? Is that Nelu round? That is Nelu round. This race is going from bad to worse. If it could get any worse, starting 6th, now down in 15th place. Yeah, he's not liking those hard tyres at all. There is a change for the lead. They're going side by side through Luffield. Strikey's going to get the inside line, but he's not going to have as good of an exit as Knight. He is on a full battery, but Bran is ready to strike from behind, to strike on Strikey. But he's just sitting behind now, maybe waiting for an error to occur, but he has gone deep. Has Strikey, they're going to side by... Ooh, almost there, almost going side by side. That's a big no-no, especially this early in the race. You can't be doing that on high tanks of fuel. There's there's a spinner. That's Rio. Rio's in the wall. The X3 champion from last season has put it in the wall coming out of Chapel. I think he might have got tagged there from the back. Maybe of Sausage Joe or Reese. I'm not too sure what's happened there, or he's dropped it on his own, got on the grass, and round he went. The AMS Knight absolutely leading a beautiful race at the moment. He's got plenty of battery left in reserve compared to Strikey, and looking to comfortably lead this race so far. Yeah, Rio should go. Yeah, he will go for a 2-stop. I did see. Yeah, the end plate is gone on that. Oh, he's boxing for the softs. Interesting. Maybe waiting for a safety car, perhaps. There's always a chance for a safety car. Any lap, any corner could come at any moment. Yeah, Ewalker now has dropped out that 1 second. He's got 50% battery left. This could be kind of his chance to get back at him, get back in that DRS train, and use those hards to good use. As I feel like give it 1 or 2 more laps, and those hard tyres will start to outperform the mediums, depending on who's pushing them too much. Or he could just be sitting behind, conserving those hard tyres, and opting for a 1-stop. Anyone can be going for 1-stop. The yellow flag in sector 2. That is Corey going off at Beckett's. Has gone to the moon. Has got past JB for P16 at the back. Yes, Strikey's struggling here in the dirt. Yeah, he's really struggling to keep pace with Knight. That just shows how good of a lap it was. Get pole position by 1 millisecond. If you missed that, you should definitely see that again. Yeah, there's another yellow flag in sector 3. That is Corey again into the pit lane, as he does retire from the race. That is a double DNF for the Haas team in X2. That will not do them any good whatsoever in the overall constructors race. As Nilu gets past Noah Bailey for P13, as Corey has left the session. Yeah, Strikey really struggling. I think he's maybe pushing too much on those tyres. Strikey's tyres starting to fall off earlier than anyone else. There's no way you could check tyre wear from spectating. Well, it would be nice, but oh well. I feel like this is going too specific. As Leo is looking for a move on Bran, I think as Knight has completely dispatched Strikey and Bran now, as Hamilton is now getting ahead of Raven West for P11 in this race, as he leads that little DRS train between P11 and 14. I feel like Nello, it really is not looking good for Nello in the Ferrari. Great, like I said, great qualifying. He's not turning up in the race whatsoever. Really poor start. He's already 3 seconds back on the main DRS train. He's also another driver who really needs a safety car, and not a safety car now would put him in a bit of trouble. But it'll force pretty much everyone onto a two-stop strategy. As Ewalker side by side with Reese B, P6 in this race. Ewalker gets in the wider line, gets in the better exit, but he does not really have the battery for this. He's still going for it though. Is he going to go down the inside of Cox's camera angle? Is really spectacular. He tries to make a move down the inside, but he can't stick it on the inside and ahead of the Mercedes. That was a really stunning camera angle. I want more of that. EA, give me that, please. Oh, but Ewalker's round. Ewalker's spun out of Chapel. He's done the exact same thing as his teammate, but he's managed to keep it out of the wall this time. The rear tyres really starting to go, and that is the hard tyre as well. The rear tyres starting to go here as I think there's a bit of contact between Hamilton and Ewalker, but Hamilton has to stay behind in this midfield battle for now. But Walker stays ahead as Blazer now into the pit lane, committing to that two-stop strategy. He's down in P15, he might as well give it a shot. Or his teammate leading comfortably by 2.4 seconds. The pressure is definitely not getting to him. As DRS will be active for as Brian has actually got past Strikey, but Strikey reclaims that P2. As due to that spin of Ewalker, that has allowed Iona to get back ahead, and he's already ahead of Reese B. Yeah, he's really turning it up now. We're now starting to see the true pace of the Red Bull. He'll be up there in no time compared to the mediums. As his little, he thought about it for a second and he drifts off wide in trying to make that attempted move through Cop's corner. It's risky there. We've seen it. We've seen it in real life a few times. But DRS is activated. Will Brown switch positions with Strikey? He's just going to keep behind for now. Is that a move for Max? No, it's not. He stays behind the Red Bull into Stowe. As someone making a move into Stowe is Walker from his spin, trying to recover as Raven now coming into the pits. This will be interesting between Raven and Blazer actually. As Blazer pitting earlier, going for the undercut, Raven reacting to his pit stop, Blazer going back onto the medium tyres, committing to the two-stop strategy. As we'll see what Raven West now does into the pit lane, and we'll compare him to Blazer when he comes out. But at the moment, we'll focus our attention to the front of the field. There's no moves at the front for now. We're going to lap 10 of this race. I'm pretty sure the only two really going for the two-stop strategy are Raven and Blazer, because if you get the mediums this far in the race, you're committing to the one-stop strategy. P2, P3 ERS, sure. Both around 40%. Leo just conserving just that bit more as he goes through Maggots and Beckett's once more for lap 10 of this race. Strikey still conserving that ERS better than he was behind Knight. Now he's in that free air. I feel like he's able to conserve his tyres just a bit more, as I feel this is the stage where the hard tyres will be better than the mediums, as Gone to the Moon has got another 3-second time penalty for track limits. As I feel like this little DRS train will really stay as it is until a couple laps time, where we will see the medium runners dive into the pit lane for a change of tyres. But it will be interesting to see the alternative strategy runners of Leo, Iona, Max, OJ, to see how they fare against the medium runners of Strikey, Brand, Sausage, and Reese. 4 drivers on the mediums, 4 drivers in the hards in this 8-car DRS train. This will be interesting, because the medium runners will still be able to push themselves along with each other in the DRS when they're on the hard tyres. Is all Leo getting close to the back of the Williams? Those hard tyres. What? Bait. Oh, it's bait. Alright. Ratting out the ERS. That's why sometimes I prefer to have the telemetry for the drivers off, just so it doesn't show the ERSs, because some people could be using that for their knowledge or whatever. But is Leo looking for the move? He's going to look to the outside of Brown. Will he be able to hold it round the outside? He's going to go for it, is Leo, but I think he can get off. Or he might have been forced off the track there, but what he said, there's loads of drivers now putting it into pit lane. Strikey's in, Reese is in, and Sausage is also in to the pit lane. And Sausage will receive a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Oh dear, oh dear. As Brian will definitely have to react to that now, as well, he could have, but Sausage Joe, his teammate, instead has decided to dive into the pit lane, avoiding a double stack there. So I think Sausage Joe will be quite thankful that Brian has not pitted there. But this will release the hard runners into some clean air for a couple laps to really push as much as they can for the last few laps and try and maybe save some time, get onto the mediums, and make a charge after the hard runners, or the now hard runners. As Blazer has got ahead of Raven West, both of them P16 and 17. They've definitely, well, Raven West might be able to go to the end with some really good tire management, but Blazer has gone medium tire, so he has to pit again. He is obligated to a two-stop strategy. As Leo gets ahead of Brian not really fighting that could foreshadow that he's going to come into the pit lane this lap. He has no reason not to go into the pit lane this lap, and there he goes, he's straight in there. Don't get a 10-second time penalty, there you go. As Knight, the race leader, is now also in, as Leo now leads this race on the hard tyres, followed by Iona showing his pace now. Like I said, a driver that I have high expectations for. His pace last season, absolutely astonishing. And he's only now second behind as a yellow flag. Is that Rio Harris? Is that going to be a virtual safety car? No, it's not. I think the hard tyre runner's getting a bit unlucky there. That usually would be a virtual safety car, but not this time. If Rio maybe bashed the tyre up, that would definitely be a safety car. As JB demoted to P17, making his pit stop. He'll go back to the back runners here as Strikey and Sausage Joe and Reese. Brian is miles back as Rio. What have you done, mate? Oh dear, he's having him there. Yeah, but Strikey, Sausage Joe, and Reese B all managing the overcut on run. They've gapped him by a few seconds here at least. Just shows how much quicker the tires are on the undercut. So I feel like the hard tire runners are really gonna need to put in the work here to get back on the fresh hard runners. As is anyone? Yes, it is. Is that OJ in? I think that is Epic OJ into the pit lane. Yes, it is. And we've got a few drivers also following in. We've got Hamilton, we've got Nelu also in, we've got Noah Bailey also in. There's 5 drivers now yet to make their pit stop, gone to the moon. Ewalker, Max Bean, Iona and Leo all yet to pit in this race. As we'll have a look to see where OJ comes out actually. Compared to the rest, there goes Strikey, there goes Sausage Joe. Reese Bree now is released, so is Bran, and OJ is released like a good 4 seconds back, and it's actually going to be close with Raven West. The undercut working miracles here. I really don't think the alternate strategy is the better one here, but I think starting on the mediums is the call. Because the new hard runners are gaining like 1.5 to 2 seconds a lap on the other ahead. Insane stuff. The field really has spread out now. I feel like for Well, what happened in Chapel? Last corner sector 2, I didn't really catch it. Well, the, both times, really. Yeah, I feel like you can really struggle with the rear sometimes in this game with the tyres. Oh, lovely, lovely stuff. I like how it gets rid of all the sensors. Tarnos now is actually the Max Bean and Gone to the Moon both stayed out on the hard tyres. As Gone to the Moon might just hold up Knight a bit here. But Leo now out on the medium tyres into P8 and Leona into P9. Those two have got a lot of work to do in dispatching the rest of this field. Only a second behind Brian though. A real straight flight. Oh, right, okay. Alright, okay. Yeah, I really think you're going to need to fix that. I don't know how you fix it, but wish you the best of luck with it. There's Nelu in P15. I think that's Ewalker getting ahead of Nelu, but Nelu's switching. Yeah, honestly, you did have good pace. You did have good pace today. It's unfortunate. Really unfortunate for you. No, just to say, yeah, the safety car that never came. As Max has come into the pits, and I'm assuming Gone to the Moon will as well, who is currently just ahead. Although Gone to the Moon staying out again, I think trying to push for that safety car as JB gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits. Oh, it's Nelu's got a 10-second time penalty for a corner cut in. Might be able to get it removed. Because Leo he's struggling behind the back of Brown. He's got to get ahead of Brown. He's got to get ahead of Reese. And then after that, Sausage and Strikey get back up to where he was. The alternate strategy was not the one to go for here, as you see. Him and Leona both stuck in that DRS train. They can't do anything. They can't do anything behind Reese and Brand. Why am I announcing there? I don't know. But Leo's got to make a move. He's not using the ERS. Brian is using the ERS. He's going to make a move on Reese. B4 P5. He's unsuccessful. But as always, the next chance down in the Vale chicane. He doesn't do it. I bet you Leo was praying on his knees that he would make a move there and try and capitalise on that. As he's right behind the Williams. It's Gone to the Moon. Has now finally entered the pit lane. He gets the fastest lap. As Nelo gets another 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane and retires from the race. But Leo taking the wider line through 4. He's side by side with the Williams. He has a little wiggle on the exit. That's not going to help him whatsoever. And he's dropped back another 10th because of that mistake. But Bran going for the outside move. Gets the position done up into P4 as these guys, as Brian and Reese B are slowly closing in on Strikey and Sausage Show. So that could help the medium runners here. There's a yellow flag in Sector 1. That is Nelu's retired car coming out of the pit lane, and he will stop somewhere. As all Leo around the outside, a cops! Oh, that was never going to work. It was never going to work. Oh, but he's still trying it. On Reese, he's trying to force his way through Maggots, and he's still unsuccessful. But you all know the saying, third time's the charm. Can it work for the Ferrari? It's not third time's the charm, it's a disaster for Leo as the Red Bull gets ahead of, you know, all that aggression has just resulted in a loss of position for Leo. I think he was just getting a bit too frustrated behind the Mercedes powered cars, and he just thought, you know what, and just tried it. It just did not work. With all that time fighting, Reese-Bee's lost a bit of time to Brown, but should be able to get it back thanks to the DRS. The DRS is going to open for Reese-Bee, but he's quite far back. And, you know, is he going to make the move down the inside? No, he's not. He's going to stay behind just for now. As he's seen what Leo's done, and he's going to want to try and capitalize on not being too aggressive here. Maybe just trying to wait for a gap to open and then get it done right there. As if he's a bit too aggressive, he could just get swallowed up by Leo. Just what happened last lap. This is lap 18 of this race, approaching 19. His front little pack stays as it is for now, but looking further back, that is Max being getting ahead of Raven West. Blazer has made another pit stop for the hard tyres, currently in 16th place. And Brian is really keeping the same place, or the same pace, sorry, as his teammate and Strikey ahead, and Strikey slowly losing out time to Knight in the lead of this race. Yeah, I don't really think the alternate strategy of hards to mediums was the best this game. What's Leo doing? I think Leo's trying to say that he won't attack the Red Bull. That's kind of like all that wiggling is more like the code. It's the well. I'm sorry for the stuttering. It's more of like the code for saying I'm not going to attack. I've done it a few times. I've seen people do it a few times. That's how I interpret it. Yeah, honestly, you've got a good point. Oh, good wings for Canada? Don't know. Yeah, honestly, Rio, it happens sometimes. Some races you could put in like a good few hours of practice and you just get shafted by someone on the first lap. A race you do 5 laps of practice on or no practice, you go on to like win. It happens, I've been there. A race, alright, let's put this into perspective. My debut race for a tier 1 race in a different league, I did no practice, I got a podium. The only time I got a better result on that, mind you, this was season 5, was in season 10. I practiced every race on from that point. It happens. But Leo now getting back out of the Red Bull. Maybe these two trying to work together. One sits behind, regains the ERS. The other tries to push on a bit, and then one goes to the attack, maybe? They're both on similar 100% top 5 finishing rate. Oh dear. Oh well. Well, you could say you had a 100% top 5 finishing rate in EXA in F1 24. That's still a stat. Yeah, but I think Reese here. I don't think he's trying to attack Bran here. I really don't think he's trying. I think he's just going to keep behind him for now. Yeah, Knight is rapid. He's rapid. He's absolutely legged it. I feel like we should give it a few races. Silverstone might just be a track for him, to be honest. As always, Leo is going down the inside. Oh, he's been too aggressive there. There's contact between Brian and Leo. Leo locking up there. You don't see Leo making a mistake as that often. He's usually a clean driver, but he's completely outbroke himself there and has absolutely shafted Brian down into 12th. Is there visible damage on the Ferrari? No. Is there visible damage on that Williams? It doesn't look like either, but I did see some damage fall off there, as that is Leo just being way too aggressive there. Leo's completely at fault for that, locked up, not in control of the car, and yeah, it's been a really disappointing show for the Ferraris here. Looked so good in qualifying, and it's all gone south for them in the race. But it's one race of 12 or 10 or 12, I can't remember. So there's still a long season to go. It all doesn't matter in one race. There's always a bad showing for a team, as always. Walker there, almost got inside with Reese. True. Now that I think about it, yeah, he did move under braking. That one will definitely be going to the steward. He manages to go around the outside. Yeah, Reese did move under braking and there avoided him and just tried to brake as much as he can. Yeah. Now that I think about it again, that is what happened. It's just like in the moment you only picture one thing and all that stuff, but you're being aggressive with Ewalker, but I don't think his efforts are going to help out at all. But he tries to switch back. There's a bit of contact between the two, but he tries to swing it round the outside of the Alpine. Doesn't get it done, and he's got Raven West on 12 lap hards, may I say. He manages to keep him in his train. He's doing quite well. Currently in P10. And I do feel if Iona wants to get on the podium here, there's just under 5 laps to go. He's going to need to get past Reece Brooks here. Because he's on the medium tyres, he's on the fresher, softer compounder tyres, and he needs to make up a second to Sausage Joe's 3-second time penalty. Or if he's happy with a P5 finish, as it stands, whatever he fancies. As Leo and Ravenworth going at it for P8 and P9 of this race. What do I think Max Bean's been doing? Max Bean's done quite well, currently behind OJ. Let's have a look where he started. Oh, that's the leader. Oh, Sausage Joe's got he's got a 10-second time penalty. Bro's cooked. Yeah, up 7. So is Reece Brooks up 7. So Reece will fill out the podium, actually, sorry. I thought that was a 3-second time penalty, not a 10. But Ewalker gets it back ahead of Leo. I think Leo has damage here. He's got a slight bit of damage to his front wing. It's not visible. Yeah, true, it will be reduced to 5. That's if he appeals it. True. He will at this pace. I don't think you can necessarily... I think you can kind of work together here. Well, actually, yeah, it would really... Well, I don't know what Reece Brooks may do here, because if he's in P4 and they get within 5 seconds, or if he's in P4 and he gets further from 5 plus seconds off, he'll be P4. But if he lets the Red Bull in front and he still gets within 5 seconds, he's still P4. So I still do think Reece Brooks has every right to be in front to try and challenge for that podium. Gone to the Moon gets another 3-second time penalty. He's going to be gone to the stewards by the end of this race. For his track limit warnings he's getting. As Ewalker and Leo still fighting this one side by side through turn 5. Both are given a bit of room. Arguably, Leo giving more than the Alpine. But Ewalker getting back ahead for that P8 spot. There's a little wiggle from Ewalker there. Might invite Leo to make a move up the inside at Cops, but will he fancy his chances? No, he won't. Ewalker taking the more defensive line. That's going to halt his, or it's going to hinder his run. Down to Maggotts and Beckett. Does Raven West gets ahead of Braun? There's a yellow flag, and that is Blazer round at the entry of Luffield. DRS is active for Raven. Raven West has got a lot of battery in the tank, but Leo's got even more, and he's going to have enough there to just keep ahead of Raven West in 10th. I feel like Leo's goal here is just to hold off the Aston Martin, who's still trying to make a move, and it's very close into the Vale chicane. But Leo's goal here is really just to hold off the cars behind, wait till the final lap, and then get back ahead, as Ewalker is on only 20% battery. So Leo really has the advantage here from being the car behind, as he does lock the rears a bit, does the Alpine, and lets Leo slide right on through. Leo is going to get the DRS here, as the detection point is at the entry of turn 3. Leo gets the DRS and sails on ahead with ease. Or does he? No, he does. Yeah, but Reese B, 4 seconds. Within 4 seconds, and you're not within 4.6 seconds at the moment. Now reaching 4.7. I think Reese B will be able to get in there, but I'm not sure about the Red Bull. Mind you, this is all that. This is if Sausage Joe appeals for that 10 seconds to be reduced to a 5-second time penalty. As Braun now gets back ahead of Raven West. And Ewalker using all the battery he has left in that car to try and make a move. He's closing. Is he going to make a move? Oh, he did think about it there. Just have to lift slightly. Oh, but the rears are going for the Alpine of Ewalker. Ewalker really struggling on the mediums right at the end of this race, as Hamilton gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits. He's just at the rear of the spot. Raven West has actually dropped down to 13th. What's happened? I think the hards have really hit the drop-off point for Raven, as he was just up there with Braun, but he's been overtaken by Braun, Noah Bailey, and Hamilton. He's down in 13th. But he's doing quite a good job to keep those hards going for that long, may I say. Oh, he tangled with Hamilton. Yes, he's right. Okay. Gotcha. Well, as we are already on the final lap of this race, and it has been an absolute dominant display from Knight in the Kick-Sauber. Lost out on pole by 1/1000th of a second, but that has not fazed him from leading an absolute dominant display on the X2 opener of Season 9. It is the Kick-Sauber of AMS Knight who wins in round 1. An absolutely amazing drive from him. It's going to be Strikey, the pole sitter of this race, rounds it out in P2, as Sausage Joe finishes on P3 on track. But Reese B will move up to P3 in this race. He may not stay there for long, as we'll have to see what the stewards will decide on that incident that happened between Leo, Reese and Bran. As Leonard finishes in P4, Max being in P5, OJ and Max being having a really good result there. Qualified P12-13, finish in P5, very good display from McLaren. OJ getting P6, Sausage Joe in P7, Brian in P8. The Williams not having the greatest day, but the team that had it the worst, it's got to be Ferrari. Both of them so strong in qualifying, and both their races just fell apart one way or another. Nelu's at the start, Leo's at the end. Ewalker finishes in P10. It's Noah Bailey on Raven West in P11, sorry. It's Noah Bailey in P12. Hamilton in 13th, JB in 14th, Gone to the Moon in 15th, and we've got the bottom of the bread for the Kick-Sauber sandwich It's going to be Blazer in P16. Yeah, no problems. No problem at all. I enjoy doing this, so I have fun commentating. Let's you all know what's happening in the race. I really don't mind. But dominant display from Knight. Yeah, as Iona has left the session early there, I'm pretty sure he's added me in Discord to say if the result still counts, and yes, it will. No, track limits were not regular. I remember checking track limits were on strict. Track limits were on strict. I definitely remember checking. Oh, let's go through. No, I need the top 20. I need the top 20. Top 20. Oh, I didn't get through in time. Whoops. Yeah, look, I'll have a look. Look, track limits were on strict. See? Track limits on strict. And that's going to be it for X2. We have X1 tomorrow. That will be very interesting. That will be... Let's have a look. Of course, we'll have a look at who's going to be commentating that. X1 tomorrow at... I don't know where, but we'll have a look in a second, because the X1 calendar is different. It will be commentated by Rob/Frostbreath. So he'll be your commentator for tomorrow's race, which will be at Austria. That'll be a good one. So X1 will be here tomorrow, always on Wednesdays in EXA for Austria. And hope you all could join us then. Bye-bye.